everyone. Welcome back to Shooting the Shelf here on the Just Shelve It / Art by Akerman adjacent channel. No, you're distancing yourself from us.
It's just the Just Shelve It channel. It's the Shooting the Shelf show, which apparently Tanya gives you full credit for. So,
well, I do not accept full credit. That credit is shared with you, my awesome co-host, Curtis Akerman.
And unlike the Wolf King table, you're always here.
Look, if the Wolf King table only ran for 2 hours on Sunday night, I would always be there constantly. For the record, Len sent me a text, said that he was proud of the job I did, and that he was tired of all your messages.
Yeah, what he told me was snitches get stitches. So, and I said, bring it on, bandana boy. So, I do need to warn everybody that I am a little tired, a little punchy. So I may laugh at stupid things. I may make dumb jokes, may even say inappropriate things tonight because I'm a little punchy. So
the only difference
I know
is
how you going to tell the difference
control of those things as opposed to they're just falling out.
Yeah.
Speaking of falling out, who do we got in the chat, Curtis?
Let's see. We got Chris Johnson out there. Saw him at MuskeCon. We've got Blake, aka Recon Rage. Did not see him, even though I was in Chicago, his hometown. Didn't see him there. Didn't see him at MuskeCon. He didn't come out. Got Dave Orkin in the chat. Didn't see him this weekend either. We got Dub3. He bought some stuff from me this weekend, but it didn't see him. Stacy Lin saw both of those Lins this weekend. That's Dub3 again. Tanya McCoy saw her. She interviewed us. I think we kind of guilted her into it. You know, she had already interviewed several other folks and kind of was like, hey, what do we chop liver? And yeah, and then she threw out that this is not my channel and I have nothing to do with it. Let's see. That's up on the Legion's Ladies channel if you want to see it. She has a bunch of great videos, including a great interview with one Jeremy Gerard, which I listened to on the way home today with Steve-O. It was really good. But at one point, Jeremy started like coughing profusely in it. And I'm like, Tanya, will you get him a water? Like, holy cow, like this guy's dying here. And she's just like looking at it, just waiting for it. Like, I think she was going to swoop in and become the new director is what she was thinking. But he made it. He made it. It's all right. Let's see.
I'm the director now.
Exactly. We got Q-Jack 640 is out there. Who left some Warlock? Great show on PGG last night. Have you heard about these space zombies from Mars? They got a Kickstarter out there. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Possible purple vinyl. So stay tuned.
And we got to hang out with Q-Jack this weekend at MuskeCon.
Oh, yeah. Michael Casper. We did not see him this weekend, but we did see Brad Jones. And we saw Michael Casper's Dino from the Defenders of Eden. There it is. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good. We got JMax77 here. We did see him this weekend as well. Guaisagwe Echevarria. Fizzbomb is out there. We got Legends of Grayskull. I'm guessing that's the Dooch. We did see him. He drug his daughter to MuskeCon. She did not look like she wanted to be there. But she's like, my dad's kind of a nerd, and I'm here anyway. But yeah, so it was all right. Just a silly goose. So yeah, you probably did. A lot of people saw me this morning. I am TJ Williams. H is silent. We got Joe Vassapolo in the house. He was on Saturday Day Live yesterday. We got Trevor 16 Shooter is here. We did not see him. We did see Nate. But you know what? They're not the same person. Joke's dead. It's gone. David Williams. We got David Williams here. Thomas Belay in the house. Blake's making excuses. Yeah. Okay. All right. I went to the Navy Pier.
I just love the fact that I can have Mike Casper. I can have Mike Casper and Joe Vasapolo in my hands at the same time at my desk.
That something about that didn't sound right. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. Blake, just so you know, you told me to go to the Navy Pier. I waited there all day. You never showed. So Michael Morales.
I don't think that's what he told you to do.
Yeah, he did. He told me to go to the Navy Pier.
No, he told you to go. He didn't say he would be there.
I mean, I think it was implied.
He told you to take a picture at the Navy Pier. Oh.
Action Figure Girl is out there. We've got Cloud Foxwell. She was also on Saturday Day Live yesterday. Let's see. Schmerberger. We saw him. He was a lot of fun to talk to and hang out with this weekend. Although, Schmerber, don't do the sandal thing. Come on. Get some socks on those things, okay? We don't need those toes, those little digits hanging out as you're walking around the con.
Do not wear socks with your sandals. Do not do that.
Socks and shoes, I'm kind of implying, Jesse. Obviously, you don't wear socks with sandals. But don't just wear let's not have the digits hanging out, okay? Love you, Schmerbs, but let's cover those digits. Heinrich is out here. I think he's his producer. So, Heinrich, get on Schmerber about that. Purple Ray is here. We've got Rob Zamora in the chat, the man with the most comfortable shirt in the community. And let's see. I think that's it. Oh, wait, let's go Offworld podcast. So I think Dooch he's double dipping, maybe. I don't know. So Jordan says gatekeeping.
Yeah.
If you're talking about toes, yeah, like you need to cover them toes. Yeah. I'll gatekeep those all day. So,
well, now I am not going to sleep now. What's up, Faisal? Folks, Faisal was on last week with Elijah, who was just on Latin Legions. So go back and watch that one. Not now, but maybe some other time.
You know, Jesse, we have a song at the beginning of the show, and it says to bring a friend or six. I think that's what it says. So I don't know if you knew that.
We have 6? I thought we had 5.
We got 5 cameras, 6 people. Yeah.
Okay. My math is really off because all right. Yeah.
Well,
why don't we bring them on? Because they're all laughing at us back there. Yeah.
Okay. How about it?
First up, starting linebacker from the University of Awesome, Dusty Standiford. That's it. That's all the sports jokes I got.
He's an offensive lineman if I've ever seen one.
I know. I'm just glad I got the sport right with the position. I don't even know if I said the sport. Up next, playing defense for the badminton range, we got Carver Customs, Stacy and Brian Lynn.
Hey, I don't have that many Lynns.
Well, you did this weekend. You had an extra Lynn there, right?
Yeah.
So we had 4 Lynns.
And shot put extraordinaire Alexander Deshaw.
Now, does he throw a shot
now.
put, or are you saying he looks like a shot put?
Wow.
TBD.
I want to see when Jesse runs out of sports here. This is getting interesting.
Well, he's at shot put, so there's not much left.
He's at the tail end.
And coming in as the quarterback and star forward of the Michigan Croquet League, we got Steve O'Beg.
What?
What's up, Steve-O?
Like 2 positions I am not the height of the There's no way.
I didn't say any of this was accurate.
No shit.
So that's 5. I think we got one more.
And coming in as the reigning Southern champion of snooker,
and the new director of sales and marketing after watching Jeremy
Todd
Gerard
McCoy.
Kevin.
Oh, and Kevin. Yeah.
All right, so we have 7 people 5
Yeah, I've
cameras.
heard you murdered Jeremy by strangling him to death on
Yeah.
live television.
Give the man some water.
I
Jesus.
had
Is that
no
what I
water
heard?
to give him, or I would have.
I just heard just like, shh, shh, just go.
Just let it happen. Let it happen.
Just let it happen, Jeremy. Just let it happen. He'll be in good hands. I'll take care of the dragon for you. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm driving down the road with Steve-O, and I'm just listening to it, and I hear Jeremy just struggling, like basically dying. And Steve-O, is that not exactly what I said?
No, that's exactly what you said, because I think it was in between watching two people almost get into an accident ahead of us.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, Jesus, give him some water.
So unprofessional.
Yeah, it's all right. But it was a great interview. Great interview.
Well, thank you. I thought so too. I was really happy that we found a quiet place to talk, and it was a great interview. It was so much fun.
Absolutely.
If there's anything I've learned from the past couple of years is that if you find a quiet place, you don't talk. Otherwise, they will hear you and they will get you.
This is true. This is true. Well, we're gonna have some conversation about one MuskeCon, which is a convention that we were at. But at first, there is a little thing that we do at the beginning of the show called shelf selections. This is where Jesse and I, and mostly me, have picked out pictures throughout the week that inspired us because I cannot follow directions and Jesse does. And so I believe tonight we've got a 2-for-1 special, right, Jesse?
There's no directions at the moment.
I get a little out of control with the shelf selections though. Right.
Well, okay. All right. Well, then yes. Then yes,
Yeah.
you don't follow directions.
So we got a 2-for-1
We'll
special
do that,
tonight, folks. 2 of my selections for every one of Jesse's selections.
Wow.
So here we go. Starting off, we got toy immersion. This is one of my picks, by the way. We've got Swig here with I don't know how many vials and bottles that did not come with this, despite what Trevor told us. Did not come with this figure, but it looks amazing. I love the setup here. It's pretty cool. So,
That is an awesome pick.
yeah. And you know what? I'm not going to go down the whole line. Anybody that has something to say, feel free. Shout it out.
Hey, it looks cool. I like it.
Looks
Aaron
like
always does good at work, though. So
I wonder if all those are individually glued down or if they're just like up there.
it almost
Can you
looks like
imagine-
an AI generated. It's so good.
But can you imagine like setting all those up and then getting halfway through and then just tink,
Then
tink,
they
tink,
fall
tink,
down.
tink. Yeah,
Ooh, that'd be rough.
yeah.
Jesse, you have any thoughts on this one?
There's approximately 66, 69. Nice, if you count the 3 jugs on the ground.
Gotcha. Well,
I can't tell what's behind him, so I guesstimated based on size.
gotcha. I'll have to turn this over to Carver Customs for this. Brian, are we counting jugs tonight?
well, I mean, no,
2.
I guess
I
not.
see 2 at all times. 2.
All right. Next, one of my selections, because we got a 2-for-1 special, is also toy immersion. He got a back-to-back double week. I actually clipped this one and sent it to our good friend Dylan because he likes big hairy apes like Jesse. And I just thought this was really cool. You know, you got this guy going after the ape here, trying to get the girl back. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. See how
Hold
this
still
plays
for
out.
the photo, you big hairy ape.
Jesse, thoughts on how this came out as you were posing for it?
Ape together, strong.
The perfect answer. It's amazing.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this one, folks?
Nailed it.
It's awesome.
It's great. Yeah, it's amazing
Yeah,
photo.
it's cool.
Once again, Aaron kills it.
I don't remember monkeys in that movie, but you know, I guess the wild savages are close enough. I don't know.
Word.
Word.
Next one is one of Jesse's.
Oh dang!
Ooh.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen again. So this is, I'm going to keep talking until it pops up on my other screen and I can actually read the name. This is Culls_Cave, CULS_Cave, spelled like it normally would be in the English. This is Valiant Knight, and I don't need to describe it. You can see it for folks not, just listening to this. Maybe fast forward to like 30 minutes into the show. This is an awesome shot. Definitely go follow Curls_Cave on Instagram. It's moody. It's the
Like you?
internal moody person that I am absolutely loves this picture. I wish it was cold and rainy and snowy right now.
First off, great photo. Love the little half wall, the snow, effects and all this and that. I'm gonna say something here. I think that not necessarily figure of the year, but head sculpt of the year is this zombie head with the jaw hanging off. Like, we're seeing some crazy photography with this thing. It is being used all over the place. And I know we've got the Barbarian, we've got a lot of great stuff from Necronominus, but I think that this head sculpt with the jaw hanging off is the head sculpt of the year. Any thoughts, folks?
I know better than to argue with you and just say that is a well-chosen pick, Curtis.
Thank you very much. Anybody else want to tell me I'm right?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Beautiful.
You're right.
Thank you.
Dude,
Any other thoughts
right.
on this picture?
I love how it shows how bendable that leg is, how posable that leg actually is on that Valiant Knight.
Yeah. Do you think that the zombie sees him here? Like, it is one of those, like, where the Valiant Knight's praying that he doesn't see him, but he does see him?
Well, he's camouflaged. How could he see him? He's blending in perfectly to the wall.
Gotcha.
He's not moving, so clearly
he's going to let him shamble by, and then he's going to attack him from behind.
Oh,
the only thing that would give him away is if the crow jumps down and starts like pecking on his helmet.
But are the Mythos zombies like Zack Snyder full-on running zombies, or are they like every other universe where they just drag because it's decaying flesh?
Good question.
We don't know yet.
I think as long as
somebody tag Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, wait till 2 in the morning and then tag
wait till
him.
2.
Yeah, I think as long as they're not the zombies that are the kid variety standing in the doorway while you're sleeping, just staring at you, then I'm good, because those kids are getting the crap kicked out of them. I'm telling you that right now. I don't care if they're zombies or not.
Folks.
Yeah.
Why don't we just ask
away.
Tanya? She's trying to take over as the marketing person. So, Tanya, what do they do?
Exactly. Go ahead, Tanya. Come on, sell some sculpts, Tanya. Let's go. What do you got?
I think the zombie head, I'm agreeing with Curtis. I think it's amazing. I think what they've done with the zombie head and the pictures that we have seen from those is unbelievable. I think that and this picture itself, I think it's beautiful, and the black and white, the moodiness of it is just, I mean, it just puts you in that mood. It is great. I love this picture.
I don't know. I think she's doing good for her like tryout though, for the marketing person though. So from now on, start tagging Tanya.
There you go.
Shipping notice things in the cabal. She'll be right
Don't
with
start
you.
tagging me.
Blake
it's okay.
says,
There's only 44 people watching this, so I don't think you have to worry about too many.
Blake says, what are the two items in the sky on the shot? It looks like two flying birds in the background.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. It's kind of like this. So,
just a little higher.
Yeah, it's kind of like
And back.
It's a flock of these.
All right, here's my next one. This is visual_approach_photo. And I got sent this by like 7 people, and I'm like, I get it. It's a shelf selection. Yes, this is really good. It's awesome. I do.
Nobody sent this to me.
That's not true. I know that you got tagged at least in one Facebook post along with myself. This is really cool. I like the light coming out of Grayskull there, like the way that it's like reddish, orangish kind of tone in the background. the fight scene in the front. This feels very much like a lot of the Motu early art that we would get on like some of the golden books and things like that. It just is really cool. I like it a lot. So
I was about to say it kind of reminds me of like one of those old pictures where like it has, I think, Skeletor standing in that drawbridge and he's fighting somebody right out there in front like that.
This picture looks like Jeremy Gerard fighting off complaints about dragon shipping prices.
it looks like Jeremy fighting off Tanya to keep his job. So. He's just flat out refusing to give him the Heimlich. So.
Wait, what does Heinrich have to do with this?
She turned into Drago from Rocky IV. If he dies, he dies.
Don't be it.
I must break you.
Jesse, thoughts on this one?
This is a truly dynamic shot. Seeing like a fully realized vision of what He-Man could be if the Horsemen were completely let off a leash to do their own thing. And I know they've done the Motu classics, and I'm not making fun of those, but like with their own full sensibilities and no Mattel oversight, like this just feels epic and fun, and it just really pulls you into that, like you said, the old vintage artwork for the He-Man stuff. I love it
for sure. Any other thoughts on this one?
Epic.
All right. We got a one Miss Lauren Jones in the chat here saying
Hey,
hello
Lauren.
to ladies. So there you go.
I'm saying hi back. I'm not a lady.
Hashtag Legion's ladies.
My Legion's ladies sweatshirt on.
Well, I'm glad that I amused you, Blake, even though you left me hanging at the pier all day. And it got, listen, you hear the whole Windy City thing? Like, that ain't no lie, man. It got cold as heck coming off of that river there. And I'm just sitting there, like, waiting for my boo, Blake, to show up. And I'm like, come on. I'm hoping, that the guy in, like, the early wrestling photos that we showed of him, like, back when he was wrestling, I was hoping for that guy to show up on the pier and just give me a big old hug. No. He didn't show up, so it's kind of sad.
You and I have very different dreams about who would show up, but that's good because you're married, and I don't want Darla to get mad at you.
Here's my 2-for-1. Once again, some of these jaw-hanging zombies. You got Lacerda Photo. Dub-Dub's just awesome. He does some great stuff, and he's just got a bunch of these guys here. I think they're singing is what this looks like to me. It's like I think it's a boy band that has kind of expired, but they're still trying to make it big. They're trying to recapture their youth, maybe. Yeah,
they're definitely past their expiration date.
I think the right stuff is what this is. So.
Yeah.
This feels more like a barbershop quartet, but with 6. I don't know what that would be. Sextet?
The Ghoul Street Boys.
Any other thoughts on this one, folks?
I would love to see this done in Christmas, where it's the same, but they're all like caroling around
Yes.
Mythos. There's like snow in the background. It's magical.
Best karaoke show going.
Very nice. Dub says, I posted a better one than we decide which ones are better. You don't decide. You take the pictures, photo boy. All right. We'll tell you which ones are good.
Boy.
So
Hey,
I would
photo
say
boy.
it's croakioke. Is it like croaking? Like
all right,
there it is.
Or like
Trevor's
the sound
got
that Curtis
the
made with the green
boys.
beans.
that's great.
Back teeth, boys. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. All right, next one is one of Jesse's, even though it was actually one of mine, but he stole it. But go ahead, Jesse.
I'm sorry, like you've never done that to the pictures I've sent.
All the time. It just so happened you put the photos in this time.
No, so I was going to say this is one both Curtis and I picked this one. This is Agent Variant. We've been seeing a lot of cool stuff from them lately. And just the pose of this Valak, is one of my favorite of the vampire figures. And again, it's outside, trees, nature. And I love seeing the vampires not necessarily in like the typical settings you would see them in. Whether it's
daylight?
the Mythos. Yeah, because they're Mythos vampires, not every other pop culture vampire. So
Lore's been established.
Well, they're not sparkly. So.
I just got to say, I'm getting real tired of this old 15-year-old articulation that you can't get these things in a good pose. It's ridiculous. It's about time that the horsemen start doing something about this so that we can pose these things and make them look oh, never mind. Look, it looks nice. So, yeah. So, I guess if I were to say that about the articulation being crap, I would just prove myself to be an idiot.
Big
Any other thoughts on this one, folks?
That's an epic shot. I saw that and I was like, wow.
Yeah, looks cool.
It has a little water at the bottom. It's fantastic.
That's really neat. Yeah, that's a great photo.
Yeah.
Kevin, what do you think? Don't answer that. You're driving. You can't look.
He's driving. Don't distract him.
Yeah, stop looking, Kevin. Come on.
Look at the road.
Almost got us home. Almost got us home.
I actually got to see this one in person this weekend. This was done by our own Maverick, the robot. He gave this to Kirby this weekend. The only difference is on the upper part of the gauntlets where it's silver. He had painted that white after this picture was taken. But I just thought it was a really cool idea. I never would have thought to extend the white and red into like the side armor and the pauldrons and stuff. I just thought it was really cool the way that he did that. So most likely I'm going to steal this because I am not original. And when I see something, I just copy it. And but yeah, I thought Maverick did a good job. So there you go.
Yeah, he always does great work on his customs. It's like an elite Templar guard or something. And Kirby winning that was Kirby, right? That got it.
Yeah.
Went to a great dude, so that was pretty cool to see him get that.
Yeah, I love me some Kirby.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's a treasure. He's like one of the best ones in the community. If you haven't had an interaction with Kirby yet, you're missing out.
And he gives great hugs too.
Yeah,
that's also true.
Any other thoughts on this one?
If he starts to inhale, get out of his way so he doesn't swallow you and take your powers.
Jesse, what do you think about robots making art?
Trick question. Moving on.
There's suddenly no opinion.
Next one of these is from another guy that we saw this weekend at Corona4 on Instagram. This is one Nate Strong. I just thought this was really cool. This action shot, the way that he's got him stepping on the dude's chest and getting ready to, fire, right into his head. I just thought it was cool. So
he has great lighting.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Curtis super excited
I see
about
what you did there,
point
Brian.
blank execution.
I see what you did there, Brian.
I don't know what these creatures are. Like, are they undead? Are they like clay monster? Like,
they're
mannequins.
Oh, they're mannequins. Like, come to life. Well, then it's okay to shoot them in the head, Jesse. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? It's not okay to shoot mannequins in the head?
I thought life was life, Curtis.
But they're mannequins. They're not alive.
We don't know that.
Oh my goodness! All right.
They're golems.
One on the left looks a little excited.
Or golems. I'm sorry, Dave.
like the guy with the ring. Okay.
No,
any other thoughts on this one?
Gollum.
I just want to know why the golem's trying to steal his boot.
Yeah, it does look like he's trying to get it off.
Yeah, he's trying to take his boot. He's getting robbed.
Whoa! I don't think that's what Nate was going for in this picture.
That's exactly what Nate was going for. He told me himself.
Jesse,
he's trying to get him off.
Jesse, look at the comment from Trevor.
Now, I'm going to say I think that there's a great interview with Nate Strong on Legion's Ladies Live.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, next one's one of Jesse's.
This is Toy Photography Guy and 3 others. This is some AWOC figures, again, with some natural elements worked in. I don't know if it's actually outside or just elements, but it's really cool. I think AWOC is a really great line and really good companion I mean, you don't have to work it into your legions if you like keeping your stuff separate. But I think they're a lot of fun, and this is a great shot. I love the kind of muted colors and everything, and it just kind of helps the accent pieces on the characters pop out. It's a lot of fun.
I would just like to say to Toy Photo Guy and 3 others, this is pretty good. Maybe next time, if you do a little bit better, Jesse will actually follow you, and he'll hit that button at the top that says follow.
Oh, look at that!
Shut up! I am following this guy. I'm probably not following one of the other 3.
not.
I'm sorry.
You were good enough to get a shelf selection, but not good enough for a follow. So keep trying.
I follow Toy Photo Guy.
No, this is a great shot. I love the like dead trees in the background. Just the fierceness that the way that these guys are looking. I don't know who they're looking at, but whoever it is, they're in trouble. So, yeah, this is cool. I like it a lot. Any other thoughts on this one, folks?
Nope, all 4 of them killed it. It looks great.
If you want to learn more about AWalk, tune into the Tribe every other Sunday on YouTube on the Saturday Morning Toy Collector channel with a whole bunch of people that I'm not going to name because I'm going to leave somebody out and then they're going to get mad at me, So I'm going to promote them without mentioning their individual names. There you go. Next. Oh, never. We're done. But are we? Because Dub decided he wanted to show me up and say that this picture was better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great.
He is right, though. I mean,
I was going to say that the other picture was better with the guys singing, but I think they're still singing. They're just singing to the goblin now.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's like
the scene from Top Gun.
Yeah.
covered every inch of his body. But
Never close your eyes. Now I want to see a stop motion animation of that entire Top Gun scene with a goblin in the middle as the girl and the zombies as the naval officers. Oh, shoot. All right, that is it for shelf selections. We're officially done with those. And oh wait, you had some more pictures in here? Did you have something else you wanted to show?
I have some other pictures, but I mean they're not shelf selections. They're just from the weekend.
Okay? What's this one?
That's the Wolf King booth at MuskeCon.
Did you take a picture so you would remember what it looks like every time you left it? Is that what that is?
What's going on?
And this one is a head I painted. That I was super proud of.
It's an awesome sculpt and an awesome paint job, Jesse. It was. I have to say, this might have been the talk of the con. A lot of people coming over, taking photos of this, and wanting to know about it. It was cool.
And of course, as soon as I showed it to Brett, he was like, "That's going home with me." And I was like, "Well, yeah. I mean, unless someone else buys it at the show." And he's like, "No, it's coming home with me. Or you're not coming home with me." So no. So Brett grabbed a Conobus off the Horseman table as soon as the show opened and was like, "Here, put it on this to display it."
Nice.
So I mean, yeah, it's an awesome sculpt. I know the folks who are getting Conobus from Len and Wolf King should be getting this with their figures. Be careful with it because apparently it's a pain in the butt head to print. It's an awesome. It was one of the most fun I've ever had painting a head. So I wanted to toot my own horn for a second. So
good job. Good job. I'm glad you have the flexibility.
Prestidigitation on Curtis.
Yeah, prestidigitation.
And I just had to get.
Okay. Hold on. Let me real quick. So last night I'm on Purple Gang. I jumped on the stream. I probably talked way too much. I'm surprised they didn't yell at me to shut up. And anyway, I started to ask them about prestidigitation. And as soon as I did, my phone died. And so it looked like I cast prestidigitation on myself to make myself leave the stream. So it was a great magic trick. And I didn't even know I knew magic. So, yeah. What do we got here, Jesse? What's all this?
So this is a little thing called Beathir, the what was it? The Fiery Breath add-on set. So this is the massive neck and open mouth fire breathing head, one of the alternate claw hands, and the fire. I just thought it was really cool the way they turned this table at one point to face out instead of down the side. I don't know if it was just to ease of flow, but I thought it was to capture the light better. And thank you, Joe. Joe, I should have reached out to you and gotten you to explain prestidigitation to Curtis.
For you to say.
But the way the light was just hitting the fire effects was just really cool. And I didn't get as good of a shot because I don't know if everybody knows this. We learned this weekend that Sir Benegar's sword is also translucent, fiery orange, like the fire effect. So,
and it's the same
I got it wrong
sword
angle.
as Otho 2's with the different pommel at the end. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was really cool, the side shot of the helmet. I forget who has pointed that out to me at the meetup Friday night, but I was like, yeah, I hadn't seen it from the side. So seeing how ornate that helmet is really cool.
Joe, I just want to address this as far as not how it works. I don't know how it's supposed to work. I can tell you what Jesse was saying, and maybe you'll be less impressed with him because he was saying that we should use prestidigitation to make our own farts come out of somebody else's butt. So
that is not at all what I said.
You're not as proud of them as you were.
You did too say that.
I said
that is 100% what you said.
No, it is not. I said prestidigitation is a spell that you can shit someone else's pants. That's what I said.
Okay.
I didn't say we should.
Now it makes it look like Curtis actually made himself shit himself. So that's the reason why his phone went black real quick.
Yeah. So, Joe, let us know in the comments if you're proud of Jesse for that
that's
explanation
not the
of
only thing you can do with prestidigitation. It's just one of the things you can do with prestidigitation.
Gotcha. Hey, let's take a look at this photo.
And
look at that.
A song from...
Yeah.
I want to hold your hand. Look at that thing. Awesome.
I didn't put that in there.
I did.
Pictures of people holding stuff in their hands.
It's Curtis's hand.
Wow. That's a back scratcher.
That's a big claw.
You scratch your back with that, you're gonna have to file answer some awkward questions to the police.
Yeah, I got a big ham hock of a hand, and this thing's huge. So,
wow, Joe. I mean, you're gonna have to because I'm done.
Oh, wow, that was rough. All right, what else we got? Got this one. Oh, what's this guy, Jesse? Can you explain who this is?
I don't know. That's
all right. Never mind. Jesse's done. Tanya, as the director of sales and marketing, can you tell us what this figure is all about?
This is the Fiery Knight that comes with the Fiery Breath add-on set.
Oh, nice. How much is that set, Tanya?
It is $150.
Oh, and do you know when it unlocks?
It is already unlocked. We are trying to get to the add-on goal, which will mean that he will get more hands and more feet and more heads and more good stuff at $12.50.
Very nice. Very nice. I think you're doing a good job in this role.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's only been on the job for a day.
Exactly. Well, gosh, what is this?
That's a shot of two brothers hanging out, haven't seen each other since November.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool photo.
Apparently, someone said I had a Muppet face on this one or something.
A Muppet face?
I don't know. There's they said I had some sort of creepy face, and I was like,
"Oh,
that's a happy smile."
That's not creepy.
Now, see, if I was standing there, I'd have told you to fix your face before the photo was taken.
Well, I mean,
so while I've got Joe Vassapolo in the chat, I want to tell a little story. Because this is really just for Joe, so you guys all tune out. It's just me and Joe talking here. So I'm over at Travis's house. Jeremy's there, Brad's there, Jim's there. They start bringing out some of the add-on stuff, right? They put Benegar on the coffee table, right? On Travis's coffee table. and everybody kind of like looks at it, oh, it's awesome, whatever. And then as soon as people turn away, Travis's cat decides he wants to jump up on the coffee table by the Benegar. And Jeremy DeWitt goes, oh, no, get away from the prototype. And he takes the cat, takes him off the table, puts him on the floor, to which Jim replies, no, put him back on there, and makes Jeremy put the cat back on the table by the Benegar. And then he says, can you get him closer to the prototype? and then starts encouraging the cat to play with the prototype. And it's like rubbing its face on the prototype as he's taking pictures and just having a great time. So I'm just letting you know, Joe, when these get back to you, if there's any sort of problems with Benegar, just know that Jim had cats playing with Benegar. So there you go. Everybody else, you can now listen again. So
Didn't somebody say something about snitches get stitches or something earlier? I missed it.
Yeah, but Jim retired, so it's okay. I can snitch on him. So
okay.
But I just thought that was funny. The cat like rubbing up against the prototype, like Trevor and all those guys talking. Oh, they're so sensitive, and you can't do this and that, and it's held together with glue and duct tape and all this and that. And the cat's just like rubbing his face all over it. So, yeah. Exactly. So, MuskeCon. That was kind of cool.
What was that?
MuskeCon. Hey, even sometimes the good stuff like chairs get broken, There we go.
Kevin.
All right. So let's see. You've been there before. Tanya and Kevin, you're the only ones that on screen that have not been to MuskeCon before this year. So what were your thoughts first MuskeCon? What do you think?
I'll go first.
Yeah, it was amazing. We had the best time. It is cold in March in Michigan. Especially when you're from the South. So, yeah.
You should have been there last year when it was snowing.
Yeah. If we could do that, when it was warmer, that would be great.
It actually just started snowing about 2 hours ago. So you guys missed it all.
Yeah.
Shucks.
I think one of the things that we loved about it the most, though, was just seeing everybody, being able to see everybody while we were there.
Yeah.
Even the people that didn't remember that you had told everyone you were coming.
That's true.
Not even them.
And you got a lot of good content for Legion's Ladies channel on YouTube. Got a lot of interviews and things on there, which I'll be honest, as much as I try to promote MuskeCon, I've never.
Did he cast that spell again?
Yeah, his phone might have died after he said it
Curtis
4 or 5 times.
Game over, man. Game over.
Interestingly enough, Curtis' volume disappears and our viewers went up.
Jab.
I don't know what happened to Curtis, folks. So I guess I have to struggle and pretend I know what I'm doing here.
It's
Alexander, wake him up.
Fake freaks.
Or is he doing an imitation of me where that does not look like you're waking him up. That looks very supportive.
That looks like he just got a green bead down his throat.
Yeah, I know he doesn't like.
Oh, there we go.
I took him out.
Oh my God.
Get out of there.
So, okay. Kevin, what were your thoughts?
Alexander.
I liked it. It was a good show. It was a long way there, but it felt a lot like a small Legion's Con, and that's what I was looking for. So,
And after these messages, we'll be right back.
If you're hanking for a hunk of cheese.
What he said.
I'm
I'm the
glad
host
most of you
now.
are old enough to
I'm
understand
the
that
host.
one.
I'm the host now. So, Tanya.
Yeah, Dusty. Yeah, take it away.
I didn't
Please.
appreciate you kicking me out, Jesse. That was ridiculous. What?
Your face. I know. I know certain things about you, and I know that image is not one you would have wanted to linger much longer. So I got rid of it.
I appreciate that. Anyways, what I was saying was Tanya did a great job of getting some footage from MuskeCon, which myself, Jesse, and any of these other folks on screen haven't done over the last few years because we are terrible. And that's why we're not the directors of sales and marketing for Four Horsemen like Tanya. So good job, Tanya and Legion's ladies for getting that stuff out there.
Well
Appreciate
done.
it. Yeah.
Thank you. We, I loved coming to the cons, but I love talking to the people. And, you guys are some of my best friends. And I love, hanging out and talking with you guys. And I think it's important that we promote each other. And I just, that's what I like to do is promote you guys. So it was a lot of fun.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All ships
And I would
saved
like to
water
say
or
this
something.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Before Curtis starts,
Being Curtis.
being Curtis, I was going to interview you and Jesse. I was waiting until you guys were together.
Now somehow I feel that's a dig at me about not being at the table.
Well, I
It is
mean, you
not
did
a
keep
dig at
leaving.
you
He
about
has it
not being at
documented.
the table. It was me being in the same place as you and Curtis at the same time. That's all that was saying.
So here's what I want everybody to do. I want you to go to Legion's Ladies YouTube. Not right now. We're in the middle of the show. What are you doing?
Right.
Stop. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Go now.
But after this, go to Legion's Ladies YouTube. Check out all the things that Tanya put out there. But specifically, check out the one where she talks to me and Jesse, because the way I'm going to just give you my impression of how this went. Okay. She starts off and she's like, hey, by the way, Curtis, you're not important. It's Jesse's channel. You're not a part of it. Jesse gets called away to the Wolf King booth to actually go sell something. And Tanya has this look on her face like, oh, crap. Now I just got to talk to this guy. So just watch the transformation in her face as like Jesse walks off and she realizes she's stuck with me. And then when Jesse comes back, watch her kind of light up and glow like, oh, thank God he's here. He saved me. So just watch for all of that. And then let me know in the comments over there, what you think. So.
Because that is not at all the way that happened.
Pretty close.
Oh,
What did I tell you at dinner yesterday, Jesse, about my stories? Remember? Take a little bit
that
of truth.
You lie about everything and just there's one word that's factually accurate.
That's not exactly what I said. I said take a little bit of truth and then I make it more fun, right? You gotta
yeah. Take a little bit of truth.
Oh wait,
make
isn't
it more
that
fun.
what I just did?
Oh,
I feel that's what I just did, right?
Touche. Steve-O.
Yes,
so
sir.
You've been to a few of these. You're walking around. What were your thoughts on this year's MuskeCon versus the last couple years?
This is my third one. The first one I went to, I helped out as a vendor. And I think that every year he's done improvements where it's gotten better and everything like that. He does it for the community. He's involved more mythic stuff since the Horsemen started coming 3 years ago. It's a good thing. I have no issues whatsoever. I love going up there. I love hanging out with everybody. It's a nice open room, nice wide aisles. There's lots of facilities for the bathrooms. There's plenty. You can get snacks. You can get a drink or whatever like that. The hotel's connected. It is like a little mini Legion's Con. It's almost like the same setup and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Pete and now Jeremy do a great job with setting up with all the other things that he has going on.
Mm-hmm.
No notes. No notes.
Gotcha.
He continues to do what he does, and I think it'll always be a success for him.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say that Pete found a moment during the show to get a bite to eat, and he started choking. Do you think that Tanya would take that opportunity to take over MuskeCon and be the new showrunner for MuskeCon? Is that what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that if she hid all the water and made sure all the other first responders were distracted, like if she threw something shiny at Travis, maybe drop like a joint for Jeremy, like, oh hey, look, then she could just like swoop in there.
Yeah,
Jeremy and Travis are the first responders.
Well, Travis would be, but Jeremy would still probably try to help Pete, but we have to distract him too, you know.
Maybe the first would just be like,
yeah.
I'm not saying she's devious, but every girl I've ever dated is dead.
Wow, that got dark, man.
So what would be the word for that then?
Wow.
The thing we need to watch out for is next year if Tanya and Kevin make it. If Kevin mysteriously disappears and a fire breaks out in some other part of Muskegon, and all the other actual first responders go that way, and then we know Pete's alone.
Gotcha. I think Tanya's
be there to protect
fire
you.
chief
She's
for
saved my life
Whitehall,
at
though.
Legion's Con 22. So
Part of our vows were, would I be willing to bury a body and let nobody know?
Okay. That's interesting.
It's like non-negotiable. You're like, all right, this is weird.
Alexander, so you had some new stuff there. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta pedal back to Steve-O.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a big moment for Steve-O on Friday night.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about it, Jesse?
You don't have to talk. We'll talk about it. So Steve-O, there was like last year, Steve Bisciotti sculpted some heads printed by Wolf King, given out as the door prizes and whatever, or raffle prizes during the show. And it was a Jin head that works on the Kalazir body, so it's brute scale. And
which he
the other one
Sunday morning within an hour, just so you know, just FYI.
Right. Yes. Because look, as many jokes as there are about Steven and his fingers and all that, like he is a very talented artist.
That sounded so bad.
And I mean,
Jim did say he has Twinkies for fingers.
Wow. I mean, if it's from Jim, that's gonna stick.
So I mean, Steve is insanely talented, and Curtis made a nice post, or the Wolf King made a nice post about him today, and someone made a nice post about him today, and it was true. But one of the heads he sculpted bore a striking resemblance to the one and only Steve-O, which was really cool.
Now they just need a hat topper for it, right?
Yeah.
So I did. Steve gave me a painted head, and I put.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, I gave him some specs, and he's got his base.
You know what's weird? I saw Steve-O without a shirt this weekend, and that's exactly what he looked like.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I constantly get hit by cars, so under here it's just padding.
Joe Vespolo weighing in that he thinks Jim's statement is false. He does not look at Steve's fingers and get all hungry at all.
Interesting.
Neither do I, because Twinkies are gross anymore. They used to be good.
All right, now I'm going to go to Alexander. And you had some different things this year. You had these tables with some busted up swords and stuff, which were really freaking awesome looking. So how did that go over? And just how was your con overall?
The con overall was really good. The response to the tables were amazing. So it might be another avenue I go down instead of the fountain. So
beautiful.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun to make, and like I said, the response was really good.
Cool. And you were in between Dusty and Jesse. So a couple questions there about your neighbors. Number one, how often did you see Jesse leave his booth?
I'm going to go ahead and be on Jesse's side on this. We had a wall up unintentionally, so we couldn't really see him in there. So if I had to see him, I had to walk around.
Everybody else, thanks for that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And in Alexander's defense, he did think he was going to be in the center aisle like he was last year. So I think there was just a miscommunication about position or misunderstanding of some sort. And, he apologized profusely.
And then as far as Dusty goes, now we found out this weekend, I found out last week because Darla brought it to my attention that I'm an idiot, and that Dang in Dang
Just
Studios, the D is for Dusty and the A and G in Dang is for Ange. Now my question to you, Alexander, is after spending the weekend next to him, much like the name of Dang Studios, do you think that Dusty is responsible for about 1/4 of the talent of Dang Studios?
Smart man. Smart man right there. Smart man right there.
Either or no, the only two answers.
Smart man. Good on you.
All right, we'll leave that as is. Yeah. All right.
We'll pop up fake freeze now.
We'll pop up.
I will say this. I will say this. It has to be true because Curtis has never bought anything from me.
That's not true.
That's
not true. I got both of your coloring books.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and I bought that. What's that thing I got? It's like a skull, like a blue translucent skull with the smoke effects. Remember?
Oh, the 3D printed thing. Yeah, I didn't make that. A friend of mine.
And what? Oh, well, I didn't buy that. He gave that to me, but it is nice. I do have. Darla mentioned the poster that you gave me, which is right there.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, right next to me at all times. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So, how was your weekend, Dusty?
I had fun, man. It's a blast. I mean, I go up there and set up because it, just gives me something to do and be around everybody. But I don't go. I don't go up there to, with the intent of selling a lot of stuff. I just go up there for the hang. I mean, I love it. It's my favorite con. I wish it happened more often. And I just love it. I love it up there. I love the town. The hotel's great. The setup's great. Being around Pete and the guys is great. Being around Curtis is fun, I guess.
So Dusty, I guess the other question I would have for you: did you get any good feedback, any advice from any attendees that you're going to take with you that as you move forward?
Yes, I am going to try to learn how to draw horses because apparently I cannot.
Wow.
Oh, so
talk about kicking a horse when it's down, Curtis.
Yeah, just somebody just told you that you don't know how to draw horses, huh?
Well, she was 83, so I mean, does she really know what she's talking about?
Gotcha. I mean, maybe I don't know. She might have been around when that was the main means of transportation. So
Curtis has led me into telling this story. I brought some original Lord of the Rings drawings that I did 20-something years ago, and in one little corner of one of those drawings, I have a wizard, Gandalf, riding a horse toward Minas Tirith. And this lady goes down the row and she's looking at all my drawings and she's complimenting. Oh my God, these are great. You did these. Oh, these are just fantastic. These are just amazing what you did with these. Is this pencil? This pencil's, oh, you did so good. And look at that. Oh my goodness. This is just amazing. I can't believe you did all this. And then she looks up at me and she goes, but you really need to learn how to draw a horse. Yeah, and if you look at skeletons, if you look at horse skeletons, they'll really help you learn about the anatomy of horses, so you can draw horses a lot better. And then she just turned and walked away, and I never saw her again. It was like somebody just paid her to go over there and mess with me. And then I looked at my drawing, and I'm like, I can't draw horses.
Yeah.
Well, you know what she did? She left and she went immediately back to daydreaming about her horses because your horse looked great in my opinion.
Well, she went
And I
back to
think
Curtis
someone-
and got her $20. That's what it was.
I just gave her 3 butterscotches. That's it.
Werther's
Don't
original.
have 5
Yeah.
legs. So.
Yes, Werther's.
I saw Curtis hand her a Boreas off the horseman table. And, told her to go have a good time.
But were they front pocket warm? That's all I want to know. Front pocket warm,
course.
Werther's originals, baby.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody seriously sent her back with a Conobus and be like, "Here, you need this."
Well, I think it's time that we get to the Carver Customs table, and obviously we got to focus on the talent at this table. Stacy, heard that you sold your first custom this weekend.
I did. I didn't even realize that Brian brought it. It was
Yeah.
a charbot that I had painted, and I didn't even realize it was there. And then Gavin came to the table, was looking at the charbots, and he's like, "Is this one for sale?" And pointed at mine. And I was like, "Oh, that's fine." It's like, "Yes, it is." And he's like, "How much?" I'm like, I don't know. So I sold my first custom, so I'm pretty excited.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
That is
So cool.
awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So,
and
Diva Designs kicking off right here.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
nice.
Oh,
There you go.
Because I don't know if I'm a diva.
Yeah, she has a tattoo on her arm. So,
Very nice. And then Brian, I know leading up to the con, there was a lot of hubbub about a certain dio that you did that you had done some amazing photography with. The Cell, I believe we're calling it. And I think somebody purchased that, correct?
yeah, I believe so. Still working on. I got to get it shipped to him and stuff and get it all figured out. But yeah,
Now-
Hey, this is how humble Brian is. So I look over at Brian. It's kind of a lull. I'm like, "Hey, man, you guys doing all right? I mean, are you going to do okay today?" He's like,
asshole.
He's like, "Man, I had this trip paid for before we even got in the building."
That is not the exact terms I used.
That's awesome. So who may have bought that cell and what, will you think see any sort of photography from that individual?
I'm not
Pretty sure there was an
We'll have to see.
NDA signed.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
I'm
was
not
an
sure.
NDA.
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. It might pop up some places. Who knows?
Gotcha. If there were, I know that it's got like that grate on the top of the cell, and so that light can shine through. Is there
The
any
whole thing
sort
was
of
great.
is there like a certain color of light that you think we might see come through the top of that cell? If we had to guess.
Maybe blue.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know any photographers that use blue lights, so I don't know who that could be.
Hey,
though. I
Is
don't
it
know.
blue or gray?
Curtis, I just
I
got
mean,
a
it looks
text from
really
Trevor.
blue. Yeah.
Curtis, I just got a text from Trevor. He says, "Fuck you."
wow, wow.
It's time to pass that along.
That's awesome.
Oh man, you made Kevin swear.
He tried to send it to
Love you,
Curtis, but
Trevor.
Curtis has him blocked.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he liked the fact that you're reading his text messages. He just said good night. So he said that was private, Kevin.
I mean, it is after 9:00.
That was his mic drop.
Trevor does not go to bed early. He has made this very clear. He stays up later than most people. So, so the other thing was obviously we had the street team there. There was a lot of goodies. Obviously, they had the barbarian there, which was one per person for the day. So if you had a mule that got one for you, just know they gave you their only one, because that's all anybody could get. But there was also some good stuff there. I saw they had Zarya, the female demon. They had a couple Necronominus. They had all the Armory Knights. Every one of the Armory Knights was there. Elf Ranger, a few other things. Anybody else see anything that I'm missing from the table that was kind of a standout?
Shadow Elf.
Brother Mandibulus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brother Mandibulus. Yep.
They had a lot of the reruns there.
Yeah,
Mark was there?
Calavius, some of those. Yeah, Godfrey was there.
Godfrey.
Snatch.
What? Who?
I'm sorry,
Snag.
who?
That's not a
Snag
Who was
character.
that?
Yeah, I don't think that's.
Snag.
I don't think.
Snag.
That must have been in the
okay.
side room. I didn't go
I
over
always
there.
call him Snatch.
Yeah, I think that's a different thing.
That was in Travis's hotel room.
And I see in the chat here William Husted. He was there.
Yes, William was
It was
there.
great to see William. He
It
was
was.
at the meetup. Saw him. Had him. He was down there for dinner last night, breakfast this morning. It was good to see him around. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
He hung out with us all through Curtis's rants on Purple Gang Gang.
Oh, yep, that's true. That's true. I didn't really rant. I was just talking.
He always watches me and Tanya on Saturday mornings when we do our mod squad.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's very relaxing listening to all the birds outside Tanya's window.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then us talk about random things like coffee and food and whatever else we decide to talk
Whatever
about.
else we think of talking about. That's
yeah,
right.
for sure.
It's as popular as the new Snow White movie.
I mean, we might have like 5 people watching us, but
Oh, so you're better than the Snow White movie.
yeah. We're prettier than Snow White.
That's right.
Now, Tanya, on Friday at the Mythic Meetup, we got a little kind of teaser from Jeremy. I think it was his last official active duty before you took over. And he told us about a potential stretch goal for the Dragon. I know you had a conversation about it. Can you kind of relay the information for the folks that may have missed it on what was shared?
Yes. So it is a new figure
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be available if we hit 4,000 as the stretch goal, 4,000 sold. It will have Sir Benegard's pauldrons, but not the helmet. It will be a knight type figure, and it will be revealed later, closer to time when it would be unlocked. And it is only going to be available in this campaign.
Nice. And they gave us a name as well, right?
Yes, it is Baethyr's Fury.
Baethyr's Fury. All right. Yay! So, folks, if you want Baethyr's Fury, we need to keep pushing on this dragon campaign. Hopefully, everybody's got their dragons. Everybody on the screen already ordered theirs.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we got number 2,000.
We got number 2,000. Jeremy told us we could have number 2,000.
Okay. Gotcha. So what else about the weekend? Any other standout moments for you guys?
I'd like to mention how much busier and how many more people were at the meetup Friday night. And I would say that the number of people who came to the show was at least doubled, possibly even tripled over last year. Mm-hmm. And if that continues, this is going to be a big show in Muskegon.
Yeah, I think the first hour or so was about the same as last year, but then it just stayed. Like it was pretty consistent. All the way up until about the last hour. The last hour it started tapering off a bit, but definitely a lot busier for a lot longer this time. So
I think Pete came by the booth at one point, like early on in the show, and he's like, "I made 1,300 wristbands and I ran out like an hour ago."
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean it stayed busy the whole day.
Yeah.
And the meetup was, what would you say, Curtis? At least twice as many people?
I would say probably that. Yeah. I was happy to see all the kids in there. I had told Tanya this when she begrudgingly interviewed us, that my kids are pretty lame. Like they never liked toys. They right into the electronics. And I was like, if you don't want to play with toys, I don't want anything to do with you. Move out of my house. But there was a lot of kids at that meetup that were winning toys and were excited about it. Like it was It was,
and they were also the same age as Curtis's kids when he told them to leave, like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
We had a new guy that sat down at our table at the meetup, and he introduced himself. His name was Eric. He said he'd only been in the line for a few weeks and heard about the show, decided to make the trip. Super nice guy. It was awesome. The meetup was great.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
There was one guy standing in the back of the room kind of by himself. He was just kind of like, so it was like, he wasn't like nobody was really talking to, so I went over and introduced myself and like got him met up with like Schmerber and Chris Johnson. He ended up sitting with them all night, and I believe he even won something. So when he came around the tables, he was like he's been in the community for a while. He was talking and having fun the whole time.
Now, is what he won, was it the opportunity to look at Schmerber's toes throughout the meetup? Was that
I don't know if anybody's winning from that, to be honest with you. Those Flintstones feet were not doing anybody a service.
Speaking of Schmerber, here's a guy that just joined in that they were kind of brawling this weekend. EM Customs, Eric Miller, him and
I believe the term is beef, Curtis.
Yeah, they had beef this weekend. So I'm hoping they work it out. Love both those guys. We don't need any kind of hard feelings. So welcome, Eric. So yeah. Any other standout moments for you guys?
Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, I'll let someone else go. I don't want to take theirs in case it's the same thing.
Well, one thing for me, and after I do this, I really appreciate you guys having me on. It was good seeing everybody again. I'm going to say this little thing and then I got to get going, but I hope everybody has a good night. Once again, thank you. Good seeing you all. Yeah. Pete is kind of like the MC of Legions Con, and he's always had these great things to say about the horsemen and everything like that and what they mean to us. And at the meetup, when Jim said something about Pete and what he means to them, that was like a really cool moment and everything like that, Pete brings us all together for MuskeCon and everything. And then, a lot of us are there for those two reasons, the horsemen, to see everybody, support Pete and everything like that, support the community, and hearing Jim say that about Pete, everything the wonderful things that he said about him. The fact that it's true that our lives are in his hands, that was the scary thing. But other than that, it was a very sweet moment.
Yeah, I mean, so for folks that came in earlier in the day on Friday, Pete did offer for some folks to go over to the firehouse. They just recently had a new firehouse built that he oversaw the project of it, and he was giving us a tour of it. And Jim was there, and Jeremy and Brad, and he walked us through and kind of showed us everything, introduced us to all the folks that were working there. And I think it really drove home, as much as we see Pete as kind of the comedic, sometimes blowhard, loud mouth, doesn't need a megaphone to sound like he's got a megaphone. He actually is a real life hero. And just kind of seeing some of that, I think brought that, to life for some of the folks there. And yeah, to hear Jim talk about that at the beginning of the meetup, I was really hoping to see Pete cry, and I think we were like this close, but didn't quite get there. So
there were 4 or 5 of us that night that I think got real close to tears.
Yeah, I was hoping for it, but not quite. But yeah, good point, Steve-O, for sure.
But yeah, on that point, like I said, thank you for having me on once again. It was great seeing everybody again. I hope to see you all sooner than later.
Better, brother.
Before you leave, before you leave, Steve-O, it was awesome hanging out with you for our little bit of a drive that we had too. I really enjoyed our conversation. So
like I said, that was awesome. I really appreciate you giving me that ride home. And that was the longest I think we've ever spent, just you and I just sitting there talking and everything like that. And I would ride all over the country if we could just record that, just you and I, just back and forth.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure something out.
We'll figure it out. Man. But yeah, everybody have a good one. See ya.
See you, man.
Better, brother.
Hey, Steve-O. I know he's on his way out. I didn't get to say this, but I turned around during teardown yesterday, and I saw Steve-O. He was busting his butt helping tear down the Travis's booth and stuff, just jumping in right with everybody. So he's there having fun and a good time, but he's pitching into him and
Maverick
giving
both.
back into.
I was just gonna say Maverick as well. Maverick was jumping around. He helped Kyle. He helped Travis. He helped the horseman table. Like Maverick's just jumping around helping everybody. So
Yep.
he's a really good robot. I mean, I don't know what model he is, or if that model's
Well,
even
you
still
should.
available.
You programmed him according to my drawing.
Did anybody hear? Oh, I think McCoy's. You guys won something, right? Did Kevin? You win something from the meetup?
Yeah, I won the head, Steve-O head, and a gin head.
Nice.
And then a set of the pins from the My Wife Is Going to Kill Me podcast.
Oh, nice. And then Stacy, you won
Yep.
something? What'd you
I
win?
did. I want a horse.
Oh, nice. Which horse?
What was it?
Boreas.
Boreas, yeah.
Nice.
That's a good horse.
You should have given it to that lady that was harassing Dusty.
I should have.
No, you should have given it to me so I could learn how to draw a horse.
Dusty, you should have said something while after she did it, and I would have been like, "Hey, look at this horse."
Yeah, draw this. Draw this, pencil boy. Did anybody else win anything that's here?
Yeah, I did.
No?
My son won.
What's that?
I won something, and my son won something.
Oh yeah, what you
Yeah,
guys
they
get?
cleaned up.
I got a Vorgus 2,
Oh,
the Con edition, and then my son got that 3-pack of Glyos.
oh yeah. That's the one that Pete was after, right?
Yeah, that
you-
started a thing.
Yeah, you
Hey,
should have sold it back
Alexander,
to
how
him.
much did that win cost you before the day was over the next day?
Maybe $60.
Oh boy, got your son hooked on Glyos, huh?
Well, so we're at the table at the meetup, and Blake looks at me and goes, "What is that?" And Dusty had brought one of his Glyos, and
Yeah.
I said, "It's a Glyos," and he goes, "Oh," and I could tell in his eyes he wanted me to ask if he could hold it.
Mhm.
So I said, "Dusty, can he see that?" And he goes, "Yeah."
I said, absolutely not. My gloves.
Well, yeah, that too. So he was like, "Oh, these are kind of cool." And then Pete held up that 3-pack, and Blake looked at me. He was like, "I'm gonna get it." And sure enough, they called his number, and that started something fierce because he was like, we got on our way home that night. He was Googling Glyos. He was like, "Are there any Glyos YouTube channels?" And I'm like, "Probably. You just gotta look."
Mhm.
But then, even at that before we even left, Brandon came up and was talking to Blake about them and like how they work and the history behind that 3-pack specifically. So it was very. My heart was very full from seeing my son kind of be introduced to the family, if you will.
Yeah, a couple points to make there. So first, yeah, I see some folks talking. Gabe was there. Gabriel was there. We also had Brendan Barker was there. So we had a Glyos presence at the con this year that wasn't there in years past, and it sounds like they may be back next year. So may start to see not only the Legions area expand, but maybe the Glyos section expand as well. So that's really cool. As far as your situation, Alexander, I know I smacked your son earlier during the weekend. If you need me to do any more of that, I am available, but just remember only the first one's free.
Yep,
So,
I got you.
Yeah,
I got your back.
Just remember, folks, that the views, opinions, and statements of Curtis Akerman or anyone else on this show do not necessarily reflect those of Just Shelve It or Shooting the Shelf or its subsidiaries,
Curtis
blah, blah, blah,
slapped him,
blah.
I rocked him.
yeah. The story is that I accidentally smacked him.
That's
So
the story on the police report.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He ran into a doorknob. So no, I went to
Either
go
way.
I went to go put my arm around Alexander, and I didn't see his son was there, and I just kind of like popped him in the head. So
Get out of here,
Even
boy,
a smack from
you're-
Curtis is a better prize than winning some of Travis's used shirts or Marvel
Yeah.
socks. I
yeah,
agree.
Joe
I
Crazy
also
Bill
didn't
won
win.
some old stuff.
But I'm glad I didn't win used T-shirts
Mm.
because
He
I
said he
guarantee you they
cleaned
would
them.
not have fit me.
Yeah, he said he did clean them before he put them in the bag, but
Yeah, that just meant going like this in the sauna.
it just means he scraped some
means
of
he
the,
got
like,
pushed into the
nacho
pool.
cheese off of it. Oh, that's awesome. So Tanya, Kevin, you guys traveled up for this, and you're heading back. Any cool stops along the way? Anything you saw or did that was fun?
Schmidt's Sausage House.
Yeah. So we
Schmidt's Sausage House. Is that what you said?
yes,
Okay.
in Columbus, Ohio, we stopped on the way up there and had dinner there. And it was amazing. The food was delicious. And then on the way back, we said, well, it's right on the way. So we stopped for lunch today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
Is that the one that's real close in the city, like in that little neighborhood with like the pavers? Okay, because we've gone there for
German
PowerCon.
Village.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think y'all
Yeah.
went there for the PowerCon that year.
It was so good. We really enjoyed it. And actually, we pulled up to the house and we're sitting out in the car talking to you.
That's awesome.
We just got home.
Nice. Anybody else have any good meals across the weekend, or any other cool places that you stopped?
Yeah, I went
Good
to.
cheese sticks.
Yep.
Now, did they have like a special sauce with those cheese sticks?
Well, they changed it this year to house marinara.
The cheese
That's
sticks,
right.
the cheese sticks were the same, but
That's right.
the sauce got downgraded a
They
little.
didn't want anybody getting hurt like Katie.
Yeah, it wasn't like some sort of artisan sauce.
No.
Artesian.
Artesian. Oh, okay.
Artisan just means they stuck dirty hands into it.
Oh, come on.
It means it's fancy.
Come on.
You know what it really is? It's just fucking marinara.
That's what I heard. Dusty, did you say you had one?
I mean, that's grosser than sticking your hands in it, if you ask me.
I didn't win anything at the meetup, but sometimes it pays to kind of stay and help out a little bit. And I started cleaning up, and I ended up winning the Lord Stephen Bouchade head pack. So I got a Steve-O Big head, and I got my gin head.
Nice.
That somebody decided they didn't need.
Oh, very cool.
That's awesome.
And I got my wife is going to kill me sticker pack that somebody decided they didn't need.
Awesome.
Cool.
Alexander, you're already there, but any cool other stuff besides the con that you saw or went or did this weekend?
I bought my first Glyos.
Oh, for yourself, not just the ones for your son?
Yeah, this one's for me.
Oh, nice.
Been messing around with that.
He got one, his son got 10.
Yeah,
It's like
he
It's
cleaned
like
up.
me and Jesse with shelf selections.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's like every parent.
So I'm gonna bring it back.
Whoa!
to
I
my
am
son
not
again.
Curtis's parent. Like, don't put that on me.
No, but you're his daddy. Come on now.
Oh,
No, I'd say the highlight for me was when Jeremy they were doing the giveaways and one of my coloring books came up, and Jeremy like stopped the show for a minute just to say, "Look, guys, this might say unofficial on it, but he asked us for this, and so he goes, it's about as official as unofficial can get."
Yeah.
That
was
kind
cool.
of
Awesome.
that was kind of cool.
You were
that
tearing
was
up.
he
awesome.
was just waiting for his percentage.
Yeah.
Hey, I
And
want to say something that
Yeah.
was really cool. So we were standing at our table, and the Lord himself, Stephen Bashadi, came over to our table, and so I was telling him how, like, I've been starting to customize and doing stuff with Tanya, and that I was like, eyes suck, and they're really hard. So he literally he went to his table, he grabbed his brush, he popped off one of Brian's heads that he had, and he
He came and stole my chair.
he came and stole his chair, and he sat there and he showed me exactly how he sits, how he holds his hands, what he does, and
All while eating a bag of Funyuns.
yes,
That I
That's
provided after
a
he stole my chair.
multi-talented man. So yeah,
You know
so it was
that-
really cool that he sat there and showed that. He didn't
Yeah,
have
that's-
to.
That's amazing. I wanted to be there, Stacy.
Really
Yeah.
cool to learn
we-
that.
I got something from Alexander was going to talk, and then Jesse, and then I will go. So, Alexander, you got the floor.
Well, I was on the way home last night. I asked Blake, I said, this is your first like real Legions Con type of event. I said, what was memorable about it? Like who that you met did you stuck out to you? And he said two people. He said Brandon, the Glyos guy, because
he was supplying with crack all weekend.
He was supplying the crack, but then like he took the time. He got down on his level and like said, "Hey, yeah, this is what this is," and showed him everything. And then they took a picture together. So I'm guessing that'll be up on their socials, on Instagram or whatever. And he said Dusty.
I didn't know that.
He was funny. Yeah, he said Dusty was one funny guy.
Dusty is a funny guy.
So I was like, that just it warms my heart. And Brian gave him a charbot to paint. So because he was talking about wanting to paint ours, and Brian was gracious enough to give him.
I gave him an assignment.
He gave him an assignment. Yeah.
It's supposed to be on my table at Legion's Con, so he better do it, or I'm coming for him.
Yeah, just let your son know though, if he hangs around Dusty long enough, Dusty's going to tell him to fix his face.
That's right.
So.
Well, I mean, you keep hitting it, so.
All right, Jesse, go ahead, sir.
Thanks for cutting me out of the ability to be one of the impressive people to your son by putting a wall up between our booths. Two, I'll say,
you're welcome.
That wouldn't have happened. I'm never a contender for that
because he wasn't at the booth. That's why it wouldn't happen.
You never know, Jesse. Tomorrow he could have been wearing flannel, and it's all because he put that wall up. It's never going to happen.
Alexander was supposed to put it on the other side so nobody saw when Jesse left.
No, there was two moments with Steven that I really liked. There was one moment where a young kid was out front with his mom, and I don't know if this is one you were filming, Curtis, but the young boy just looks, because Curtis is talking about, you could get this and put it on the barbarian, and the little boy just dead face looks at Steven's like, what's a barbarian?
Oh, I did get that part.
You could just hear
broke.
Steven World's like crash, like the glass bubble of his world collapse, and it like took him a moment to like collect himself, because I'm not going to say he was going to backhand the kid like Curtis, but like he had this moment of, I don't know what to do with this. And then he launched into this real simple thing. And then I just looked over as like, kid, he doesn't use silverware. And, so it was just cool seeing him interact with kids. Cause they've got their personas and their, my wife is going to kill me stuff. But like Steve seemed to really like bond with the kids this year, at least the couple times I saw him talking to the kids. So, and then yesterday when he was leaving, real quick, when he was leaving, he was saying goodnight, and he was like, Jesse, I love you. And then it was like he didn't realize that he meant to say that, and he kind of like paused, and then he turned and left. So I mean, best moment for me this week, I think.
I'll say this, that I noticed. I saw that moment with Steven and Stacy, because he stole my chair and he was eating my Funyuns. But besides that, I will say this about Steven. All the entire time Steven was around, he seemed like he was like different in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Because Steve, when you see him at Legion's Con and stuff, he's kind of quiet, kind of secluded, a little standoffish sometimes. But this weekend, Steven was just on a different level all weekend long, and he was just awesome, and it was awesome to see him being awesome with everyone.
Yeah, he was very not like the Sunday morning Steven that we know him as.
Exactly.
He was on a different level, like you said. Yep. It was. I don't want to say refreshing, but it was a nice change of pace, I guess.
And I'll say this about Pete too. Pete is a damn pro at everything he does. I mean, he's so quick with his wit and everything. I mean, just God, what a blast!
So that leads me into something that I wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna embiggen myself. So let me take you back. We're gonna go in the Wayback Machine, back to 2 years ago, my first MuskeCon. This is before Jesse was there. I was running the Wolf King section, which at that time was just like 4 baskets full of parts, very disorganized. I was terrible. I got fired immediately after that show, and they fired Jesse. But at that con, at one point, you know, me and Steven have always shared a table. It's me on one half, Steven on the other. Originally, it was me doing the Wolf King, and then Steven doing his thing. Now it's me selling my wife's stuff because I'm not talented, and then Steve still doing his thing, and then Jesse doing the Wolf King. But at that first show, when I was running the Wolf King stuff, Steven had to go to the bathroom at one point, so he went and walked away, and some guy walked up and
Bet you didn't report him.
No, I did not. Some guy walked up and he's like, "Hey, I just want to tell you I love your work. I see you all the time. I see your photos that you're posting. I just think you do an amazing job. I just wanted to tell you that." And man, I tell you what, my ego was like skyrocket. I was like, "Wow, that's so awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much." And then as we're having this conversation, Steve walks back to the table and the guy goes, "Oh, wait a minute. Not you. I meant him. I thought you were him." And so my ego, yeah, basically he's like, "I don't know who you are. I thought you were him, but you're not. So never mind everything that I said." So that was my first MuskeCon. This year, sitting there, me and Steven are working our respective areas, and a guy comes up and he's talking to me and he says, "I just want to tell you, I love your channel, love all your videos. It's come at the right time. Like, I've been just binge watching it. You're so great. Thank you so much." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. Do you want a sticker? You want a pen?" I gave him some stuff. He's like, "Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for everything you do." And then Steven goes, "Well, you can have one of my stickers too." And the guy goes, "Oh, okay." No idea who Steven was. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's what you get. That's payback, MFer." So there you go. Yeah.
Curtis, since you
It's
said
like he did that to you.
Took 2 years, but he got to know what I felt like that day.
Curtis, since you said that, do you remember the first time that you and I met in person?
It would have been MuskeCon, right?
No, it was Legion's Con at the La Quinta. I was just there.
Okay.
And you don't remember, do you?
I don't.
I actually walked up to you. You were sitting in your chair, and I think
I know I was scared shitless at the La Quinta because
you weren't behind the table. You were in front of the table sitting.
Yeah.
And I think you were doing the blind bags. And
I was helping out Lynn, and mostly I was sitting because it was hot as hell in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I introduced myself, and I kept calling you Steven.
Oh, I don't even remember that. But yeah,
I was doing it on purpose just to mess with you.
Well, it must have hurt me so bad that I blocked it out of my memory.
I think in 22, you were probably eaten up that someone was calling you Steven.
No, I actually was like, I thought this guy actually saw my paint job, because you do that whole artist thing where you're like, you never think your stuff is good enough. So then somebody comes over and tells you that they think your stuff is good, and you're like, wow, that's awesome. Like, validation and this and that. And they're like, "Oh, wait a minute. No, not you. I don't know who you are."
Yeah. Or they come over and tell you, you can't draw horses.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I'm going to take a little bit of a I don't know, deep turn here. We're going to get a little deep, little motion here. Because talked to a few folks this weekend that Jesse just abandons me.
He gets emotional. Jesse can't handle it. He's like,
yeah,
I'm out.
Talked to a few folks this weekend, guys that have been struggling with some sort of depression. Several folks that I talked to, and it's one of those things that it's for guys, it's not easy for guys to admit that and talk to folks about it and put it out there, because there's this like stigma that makes you weak or whatever. And there's a lot of folks that try to put on a brave face and act like everything's fine even when things aren't fine. So I just want to throw it out there, like there's a lot of us that have been through that have been in that mode. you have a community full of folks here to support you. Reach out to them, let them know if you need to talk, if you need to go out for lunch, if you need to meet up at a con, if you just need to, sit around and paint together or whatever. Don't suffer in silence. So I just want to, throw that out there, because talked to a few folks this weekend and I'm like, man, people shouldn't be struggling like this on their own. We have each other for a reason. So like I said, I know, been laughing and joking and all this and that. So I don't mean to take too serious of a turn, but I do want people to know that, there's folks out here that you can talk to that are available. So
we all love supporting each other.
Yep.
100%.
The majority of us are all the same way. It just takes the chance to start that conversation with one of them.
Yep. For sure.
Speaking of loving each other, I just want to say that if you happen to walk into a restroom at MuskeCon and the furries are in there, back up slowly and quietly.
Gotcha.
Leave as quickly as possible. So, that's just a piece of advice. I'm not saying.
Speaking of the furries, my interview with Tanya got interrupted by the furries.
Yes, it did.
They had like some honky honk things in their paws. I don't know. It was so bizarre. If you watch that thing, I'm like, I don't know what is just happening right now. Oh my god!
That's by far the best interview. That was my favorite.
I do want to say that I learned a lot about furries this weekend. There was a cosplay contest. There were a lot of furries there, and I learned quite a bit. Dirk and I were very curious, so we asked a lot of questions. We got educated by some folks, because you saw some folks that were
right?
Curious.
Yeah, I was fur curious. You saw some folks that were like head to toe furry, right? And like fully committed. And then you saw other folks that just like wearing the ears and maybe like a painted nose. And I'm like, is there like a hierarchy? Like, do the full costume people look down on the ear and painted nose people? Like you can't commit. And what I found out was like the answer is no. It's like they're furries in training. They're just starting their journey. It's like somebody that's just getting into legions, maybe only got 5 or 6, and somebody else has, a whole collection like Joe Gonzalez. They help them along through the process. So if you're fur curious, don't be afraid. Like go get some ears, go get some paws, whatever. Just start small, and you can work your way up. But my understanding is the community will embrace you. They'll clean you with your tongues and pet you and all that. So yeah.
Does Joe's mustache qualify for furry?
I don't know.
Is he furry light?
Who? What?
I don't know. We do have a super chat here from one Rob Zamora, who is one of the members of the tribe. I will shout out each member of the tribe that super chats tonight. And he says, Curtis, if it makes a difference, I've never been to MuskeCon, but I really do love everything you do. And that's real talk. And Orange Heart there. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that, sir. Love you as well, sir. Yeah, appreciate that.
Everybody that went by in a furry costume, I was just like, Jeremy Gerard said, Beathir's Fury. Fury.
Fury.
Not furry. Fury. Fury. Fury.
Beathir could have both. We don't know.
I'm gonna grab hold of the reins or the steering wheel or the controls or whatever and steer this back to Curtis' comment about the support group.
One more thing about furries, real quick. I guess I'm not.
Yeah.
I just want to, before we turn to the subject, I got to get this last thing out, because I want to let you know, don't tug on a tail. Okay. I'm just going to throw that out there. Don't tug on a tail.
Watch where you step.
Some of the tails are just like clipped onto a belt, and other ones you're going to start them up like a lawnmower. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's attached. Okay, it's like there's things going on there. So I'm just don't go tugging on things. You don't know what's going to happen.
Some you'll pull on and they'll go.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't.
Accidents happen if it goes too fast.
Yeah. So that's it, Jesse. I'm sorry. You're now in control, sir.
No, you sink this ship on your own.
It's
Oh,
your ship,
God.
Jesse. You're the captain. You have to keep the thing going.
Not anymore. It's been a mutiny.
Jesse, look at me.
Curtis.
You're the
No.
captain now.
What?
Exactly.
Jesse just got real old real fast.
Jesse turned into a furry librarian.
I got a message here from Chris Johnson. Says Legions is a giant support group. Amen, brother. Appreciate that.
It is.
William says I was alone in this hobby before this weekend. Well, you are not now, sir, because we had a great dinner with you. Loved seeing you for breakfast and just hanging out with you over the weekend. So once again, anytime you want to talk, man, just hit somebody up. So, Jesse, anything else?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes
Trevor says don't just jump in and get some tails. So
Nope, you got to get head.
oh, okay. Oh, ask permission first.
Yes.
Ask permission first. Furry tugging motorboats only on Just Shelve It. That should be our new
you know what,
motto.
Tanya, you were right. This is Just Shelve It.
Can we get Jesse or get Jeremy to work this into our song? Furry tugging motorboats. I want this as a banner. Somebody screenshot this for me. We're gonna use this from now on.
Furry tugging motorboat. You're gonna love.
Oh, he's gone.
No, I'm just taking my picture out.
Oh, gotcha for the screenshot.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, I do want to play a little video that I captured this weekend. I was trying to be sneaky. It didn't work out so well. This is my bad. Listen, I'm not going to get hired as one of those investigators that goes after like workman comp claims where you're trying to like sneakily go behind somebody and see them bowling when they say that their back hurts and they can't work and stuff. Because this is kind of what happens when I try to do that. Here it is. Here's a closer look. I'm trying to be quiet so he doesn't see me or hear me, but he's still. Oh shit! So that's yeah. Apparently, I wasn't as stealthy as I thought I was. So
It'd have been better if you just like get the camera on my face, kind of thing.
what you didn't see there is I almost ran over somebody. Jesse had to like grab me and stop me from like knocking somebody over. So.
It was my son.
Yeah, and I didn't know that he was trying to stop. I didn't know he was trying to stop me from running somebody over, so I thought he was just attacking me. I was like, ah.
You rolled a natural 1 on your stealth check for that one.
I did. I was terribly unstealthy. So
and also, I'm what do you call it? Hyper vigilant. So, like, oh, he can't see me. And I'm like, that's Curtis's voice. That means he's filming me.
Oops.
Yeah, Curtis, when you're hiding, you're not supposed to go, I'm over here.
Thanks, Jordan. And you got Jesse disgusted in the picture too. Oh, that's perfect. That could not be any more perfect.
That's awesome.
Furry tugging motorboat. You're gonna love it.
Jesse, probably not the right time for this, but I just want to let you know. Did talk to a Mr. Brad Treadaway at the con, and he would love to be on the show with us. We've got to schedule that. So before I forget, just want to let you know so that you can try to do that because I don't do work.
Well, I mean, Tanya, I take it back. This is the Art by Akerman show because I had a whole interview with Brad as well, and he didn't say anything about being the show. So clearly he thinks this is Curtis' show. So there you go, Curtis. Smoke that in your pipe and suck it.
I don't.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
I don't think that's how that goes.
Well, I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
This is the thing, Chris. Yes, I did leave my booth because I don't report to anybody except for Darla, and she's okay with me leaving my booth.
Speaking of Darla, Escape is awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, it's a dwarf. It normally is made for dwarfs, but obviously we saw it on a few 1.0s this weekend. I was surprised to see how good it looked on that barbarian, like the way that you had it posed and kind of had it around the head. It looked. Hold on, let me embiggen you here because I was really impressed with how that looked on a 1.0.
Curtis just wants to see the naked man again.
Yeah, it looks like Steve-O again. So
yeah.
So
Beautiful.
yeah. Darla's Capes did well. They did well enough for me to buy a bunch of stuff, so I appreciate that. So
yeah, I got one.
I got something from everybody on that back Legion's wall. So I got one thing from everybody. So it was fun.
Thanks for saving us for last.
Oh no. I had that one eyeballed out from the get-go. You know that. I was talking about it right from the moment I saw it. But you know what? I didn't expect. So we're talking about Ange had a custom there. It's the third custom that Ange has sold, and all three have gone to shooting the shelf. And we have a monopoly on Ange's customs. And what I didn't know was that Darla's cape that she did, she had like a powder blue and white one that looks excellent on it. So yeah, I was pretty happy once we put that on there.
Yeah,
and
that cape took it to a whole other level.
Yeah, it did.
Well, the other thing is that I was handing my stuff to Steven midway through the show and having him pose it for me because not only can he pose figures awesomely, but he can pose capes awesomely. Like he was doing some really great stuff.
Preach.
Yeah. So if you're displaying at Legion's Con and your stuff just isn't selling, bring it over to Steven, have him pose it, put it back on there. I guarantee it'll sell. So anything else, folks? What are stuff from this weekend?
I think this year, so the street team has been there for the third year in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
This year felt more like a Legion's Con than the last two. I think there was more Legionnaires that came out and bought, but it had that same excitement.
Mm-hmm.
This was my fourth year at MuskeCon selling, and it was nothing against the other years, but this year I'm still kind of coming down from Saturday. Like I'm just like Legion's Con, where it's still kind of fresh in my mind. I'm still off the rails still. Like I'm still like I've got the energy still. So this year felt special.
So where Steve and I are stationed is right on the other side of the street team table, and the last couple years I've had to wait for that initial line to kind of go through so that I can then go to the table and see what stuff's there and see if I need to pick up anything. And I think the last 2 years it's been like 30-40 minutes. The line goes through and I'm able to get over there and kind of check it out. It was like 3.5 hours before I was able to get over there. Like the line was just steady for like 3 hours. It was, and then after that, it's not like it just died. Like it was still busy. It just wasn't, out the door or anything. So,
well, when I made a couple different rounds and where the entrance was, the few times that I was out there was a line to get in, and this was 4 or 5 hours into the show.
Yeah,
like it was insane how many people showed up for this.
Well, that brings up a question for Tanya. Tanya, you were out there with the line as it was forming before the show. What was the atmosphere like in the line before the show started?
It was very much like Legion's Con. I mean, everybody's out there, everybody's talking, everybody's having fun, everybody's talking toys. I mean, some of my first friends in Legions was met in a line waiting to get in to see the Four Horsemen. So for me, I love getting there early. I love having the opportunity to talk to everybody, and it's so fun. I love it.
That's cool. That's cool. Kevin.
Yeah.
Where the hell were you? Throughout the con, I'm sitting there looking for you, and I see Tanya. She's interviewing all these people. She's walking around, and I'm like, where's Kevin? And like it's like you didn't want to hang out with me or something. Like where were you at? What's going on?
Well, in the morning when she went down to get in line, I went back to sleep. So there's that.
I was just
We haven't
awesome.
worked this out.
It was time to eat.
I make a point of showing up.
You furry tugging motorboating mother.
I make a point of just showing up when the door is open.
Yeah.
And slide in with her.
Gotcha.
So that, I'm, just don't be crazy.
Yeah.
I had to get breakfast.
You're gonna show up when the action's there, right?
That's right.
Yeah, gotcha. One of the things that I wanted to talk about for sure for this weekend was starting to see the final figures and get them in hand and posing of the Defenders of Eden, the Armies of Ashmore from Matt Rodriguez. You see Dusty's got a blank there. Jesse's got his Caspar and Vasapo there. I think I had the Spectral Milwick and General Saros at the table at the meetup. There's a Spectral Milwick from Dusty there. Man, I got to say, I was really excited for these. Getting them in hand, they are chunky as hell, but they pose amazingly. I love that there's like the articulation of the neck. There's like a rotation at the bottom of the neck, but then also at like where the head meets the top of the neck. And so you can get all kinds of range of motion on the head and neck. It's just I'm really impressed with how they came out. I think that they did a great job. So for those of you that got to see them or play around with them or something, what are your guys' thoughts on these Armies of Ashmore?
I'm loving it. I just opened up the blank, which comes in a bag with a little tag at the top. Wow is all I can say. When I get this in hand, I feel like this was a toy built for me.
Yeah.
And those of you who have seen me in person, that's saying something.
For sure.
So that's a beefy boy made for beefy boys. You know what I mean?
I think I was talking to Motu Joe about that, where I was like holding one of these in my hand feels the same as like holding a Motu figure when I was a kid, right? Like it's the same kind of like the size difference between your hand and the figure and just the chunkiness of it. So yeah, there's something really cool about it.
I was there. I believe you used the words girthy and thick and veiny in your hands.
I don't think I used any of those, but that's an excellent use of my strategy to take a little bit of something and make it into a better story.
Someone 100% said that this weekend about these figures. And there he is next to a knight. Just
a really cool knight.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Jesse, what are your thoughts on the figures so far?
These are the dinosaur toys I have been wanting since I was a kid. I like the classic, like the Jurassic Park, the ones that look more realistic and stuff. And there were some toys as a kid that were characters and things, but these kind of like fantasy armored, like battle warrior dinosaurs. When I learned that these were going to be a thing, I was like, this is amazing. And thank you very much to Matt Rodriguez and to Curtis, because without Curtis, I would not have mine yet.
That guy's a hack.
Because no, it's Akerman, not hack. Matt Rodriguez opened it up for folks that if you were coming through to MuskeCon, you could make an arrangement as long as it worked out with the schedule he would meet you and allow you to pick up your Kickstarter stuff. So Curtis was able to pick up stuff for mine and Sean's, which I texted Sean as soon as I got home. I was like, hey, I literally just walked in the door. Come get your dinos if you want. He's like, all right, I'll be right over. And he came and got him. We didn't get to stay and hang out because he had to get dinner for his family, but he was super excited for him. Because we both like the dinosaurs, but we're both really excited for Matt. And he has some of his new, the 1.5 waves. So I'm with you. The articulation on the neck is way more than I was expecting. They're so much fun. They're big, like you said, big, beastie, girthy, veiny, awesome action figures. Yeah, and they're so cool. I got one of the blanks as well. I can't wait to paint it up and see And he gave me 2 or 3 years ago at Legion's Con, he had his little like 5 POA prototypes that were just kind of like the Staction style where you would like paint it up and then glue it together.
Mhm.
So I've been waiting 2.5 years to paint that with a blank so I can have them like do the same color scheme on both. So I'm real excited to get working on that. And you know, stay tuned to Wolf King.
Oh, nice. I also like the fact that he had the 1.5 figures there, and it sounds like the Kickstarter for that is going to be happening this year sometime. So he's working on getting the backer kits all taken care of for the original backers from the first wave. But it sounds like that 1.5 wave may be coming soon. 2 figures in it that we know of it so far, painted by Stephen Busciotti. So yeah.
Oh, and if you have a chance to get the Eric Miller Brute Weapons kit for these, they look great. And I didn't get to put them with them yet, but I guarantee you they will look good with your Legion's Ogre scale figures.
Yeah, I opened up mine and had it on the General Saros this weekend, and it, the figures are cool. They do have kind of a more bright color scheme, and when you throw the Eric Miller like weapons and shield on it, it adds just a little bit of that like grittiness and kind of realism and stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. So awesome. Anything else, folks? Anything else from the con?
It was just good seeing like all the work that like Alexander's been sending me. Like we've been talking over the last few months. He's been showing me like little tidbits of things he's working on, and like just we've been going back and forth, and it's really cool to see all the hard work he's been putting in. Like in person, he's like killing it. So it's like, don't hesitate to ever grab one of those tables he's working on. He's putting so much into him. He's doing a great job on everything he's doing. Same with Dusty. His artwork's great and just killing it. Chris, your channel's going great as well. Tanya, keep doing the interviews and everything that you've been doing. Everybody's like doing a great job, and it's always great to see everybody all the time. I love seeing all my friends doing good.
And Jesse.
Oh, who?
Thank you.
No, Jesse. Jesse's awesome. Like, I love that Jesse's now like doing all the Wolf King stuff, and it's always great to see him setting everything up. And the best part about the con, I didn't get hit by anything from Jesse.
Yeah, I gotta throw something out there. You can tell Jesse that he's a good painter, but do not tell him while he's setting up. I made that mistake.
Oh.
I was like, I'm staying away from. There was a couple times where I just wasn't talking to him and stuff, and he would go, you can talk to me. I'm okay. You don't have to avoid me. And I was like, okay. So then I came over and I was looking at stuff. I was like, oh wow, you did a great job here. And then he yelled at me. He's like, I'm trying to set up. I'm like, okay, sorry. So
see, when Jesse came in, I was stuck behind the table, so I couldn't get out to give him a hug. And then like he was setting up, so then I waited. And then when I hugged him later, Jesse, what did I say to you? I was like, I didn't want to hug you when you were setting up. I waited till you were done.
That's awesome.
I got to him before he got to the table, so I was like, this way I don't lose an eye this year.
Yeah.
I better say hi now.
I did want to pull up one more thing. I know we were talking about Defenders of Eden. The figures look great. They're still available on Big Bad Toy Store. The 1.5 wave's coming up. And folks, not only are they just really cool figures, and Matt's a really good guy, but we need to support him because, like, look at how the man's dressed. Okay. Like he can't even get a full pair of pants. What he's got is all tattered up. The man looks like he's homeless. Okay. So go out and buy some dinosaurs. I'm telling you, they're really cool. They're good figures. Let's get this man some pants. Okay. Hashtag get him pants.
Get him pants.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do that. Jordan, can we like put together some sort of commercial to support Defenders of Eden, buy dinos to get Matt pants? That's really the next goal. So,
well, I think you're missing here, Curtis, is Matt is clearly like trying to break into Broadway. Like this is straight up theater kid.
Oh, okay.
Like cool, chic, homeless look. Like this is a very intentional set of choices here.
And is that long johns underneath, or what? Or is this? Are these like long knee braces?
What is it? What was it? Those things that all the ladies were into a couple years ago? The Lulu's or something?
Are you talking about Spanx?
No, it's Lulu something.
Lemon.
Lululemon.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
what those are.
Look, you guys aren't giving Matt Rod enough credit. This man sacrificed to bring his toy line to the masses. Nobody, and I mean nobody, would give up both pants legs to get a toy company off the ground.
The man hasn't bought clothes in the last 2 years because he wanted to make these dinos a reality, and now they're here and they're awesome. Go buy them.
And you guys
folks.
are all giving him hell over his pants. This man sacrifices.
I'm trying to support him. I'm trying to get him new pants.
I'm going to tell you guys something here. When I went to PowerCon in 2022, I'm pretty sure he was wearing those shorts without the leggings underneath it as a fashion choice. I'm pretty sure Pete said you can't bring that in here with kids.
Look,
you've got to have something on underneath those.
You guys are still messing with him, man. This man sacrifices. I mean, look at him. He's wearing one of Travis's t-shirts. He's wearing his wife's hoodie. He sacrificed both of his pants legs. He's wearing his wife's
that
Lululemon
hat is way too small.
Spanx. His shoes are straight out of a dollar store. Give this man some credit.
That's definitely like a Baby Gap hat. There's no
dresses
way that
that
fits
way,
a normal
so I
size
can
head.
have this.
I'm pretty sure he stole that off of Pete's grandson's head.
And he's wearing Pete's grandson's hat.
Yeah.
I will
This
say
man
that
knows what it takes.
those shorts are about 3 times longer than the normal shorts he wears during the summer.
Pants are
Yeah,
overrated.
those are his winter shorts.
He wears the shorts, the cutoff shorts with the pockets hanging out. It's something
should be
to see.
arrested kind of shorts.
Look, when you walk around all day in a furry costume, it gets hot, so you have to minimize what you wear.
Furry costume or dino costume?
Exactly.
Are you speaking from experience, Dusty? What's going on here?
Dude, I'm a fat man. I know what it means to wear minimalized clothes.
I mean about the furry suit.
Look at me, Jesse. Do you think I need to wear a furry suit? I already look like a beast.
So
I am a beast.
All right. I did want to pull up one more photo from MuskeCon because I mean I could not.
Oh Lord!
How fucking adorable is that?
Oh,
so good.
Is that not the cutest shirt on the cutest kid you ever saw?
It would be cuter if he had his hat on.
Look at this. They got the same shirt, the same hair. I mean, it's so great. Look at this.
So great. So great.
I think I see the chops coming in already.
Yeah. So really fun weekend. Thanks for everything, folks. I'm gonna go around the horn real quick. Brian, Stacy, where are you guys gonna be at next? You guys got any other cons coming up before Legion's Con?
Legion's Con for sure, but you never know. Things might change. Things might happen.
Where's CarverCon? I heard CarverCon was taking over for PowerCon. Is that a thing?
I don't know. Something I want to work on.
Not this year.
Okay.
Anything, something maybe next year. It's something I'm definitely going to work on. I've gotten a lot of responses. I had people walk up to me and ask me about what was going to happen with that. So I talked to a few people at the con. It's something I'm definitely going to pursue. See how it goes. Hopefully next year, July sometime, we might actually have something to do.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you guys have a sale coming up for the Charbots, right? The version 2?
The Wave 2 of Charbot goes up tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. I'll just post it in the Cabal on my Instagram.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so all the new parts will be available. I'm really happy with them. You got to see them at the con for the first time.
Yes, we got to see them.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to get the whole wave so I can play
Don't
around.
worry. You will.
Nice.
And also in the Cabal, do your rating parties. It's going to be done on March 30th at midnight. Put together an evil group and take a picture of them. Everybody on a wheel, and they get a mystery box from me and maybe some other people.
Diverting from the adventure party and going with the evil rating party.
Is there a certain hashtag they're supposed to use or something?
Yeah, rating party 25.
Okay.
Hit the hashtag and the thing will come up for it. It'll tell you what you need to do. Just make an evil adventure party and take a picture. Use the hashtag.
Very nice. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. McCoy's, what you guys got coming up?
So we're in Toylanta next weekend. Driving down Friday, be there Friday night, be there Saturday, probably heading out Saturday. And then we are at IshCon in May. And then we are at Legion's Con in November so far. That's all we've got planned out so far.
And this
And
week
of
you've got
course-
Pete, right?
Yes, this week we have Pete on Legion's Ladies, or Legion's Ladies Live at 7:30 on Thursday night.
You might want to double check that, because he, even this morning at breakfast, he was swearing it was Tuesday. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I have not missed one of their shows. It's Thursday. And he's
Thursday,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So you might want to just make sure he knows that.
I will. I'll check in with him. But yeah, Thursday night is Pete, and then I've got we won't be doing Mod Squad again this weekend since I will be in Toylanta. But every weekend that I am at home, we are not traveling. We will have Mod Squad on either 9 or 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and we will be painting, me and Stacy and any of the other
You'll see
ladies
this.
that are available.
You'll see our hands.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she met William Huston for the first time. He always tunes in. He's like, do you recognize me now?
Right. I was like, do you know who this is?
Put her fingers in his face.
And then yeah, Mod Squad, and then yeah, see me at a con or whatever, may get an interview.
Beautiful.
Oh, hey, one last thing.
Yeah.
On the Legion's Ladies Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
if you see it go live, you might want to click it because it's going to be fun.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do some live things. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I'm just going to sporadically be live with somebody.
Very nice. Very nice. Alexander, you got any other shows coming up before Legion's Con? You got a Kane County or Grand Rapids or Toy Haven or any of those?
Might do Toy Haven. We'd also do it's called the Geek Garage Sale. In early October, late November, or late September, and then Legion's Con. So
okay, cool. Yep. Dusty, what about you and Ange? You guys got anything?
No. We're gonna do a lot of traveling this year. Angie's daughter's graduating high school in Florida, so we're gonna be down in Florida in late May. Then we've talked about making a trip over to St. Louis, because neither one of us have been that far west, 2 states over. So we thought about maybe doing a weekend trip out there. But as far as cons go, it's probably just going to be Legion's Con.
Yeah, if you head down this way, hit me up. We'll do something.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be one of the reasons why we want to go.
Awesome.
Just don't bring your kids around.
Now,
hey, we had Mario with us this weekend. She had a great time. She said, everybody's so nice. He was like, well, how would you know? You stayed in the hotel room all weekend.
And you're like, you don't know the real them. Now, one thing that I wanted to pull up, I keep saying that I've got one more picture, but then I've got another picture. Let me.
He's just holding his hostage at this point.
No. I'm trying to promote people. Saw this recently in the Cabal from Dusty. The old hashtag Cabal Creations. Keeping it alive. If folks have some stuff, if you're coloring, drawing, doing some doodling, make sure you do the hashtag Cabal Creations. I know David Williams has been putting stuff out there. Dusty, you've been putting stuff out there. This looks amazing. So great job on that,
brother. Did you see what David Williams posted this weekend with the?
He did a Balulith, right?
Yeah. Still
both
killing
versions,
it, man.
Yeah,
killing it. The game.
Speaking of Balulith, I've got a pretty exciting thing tomorrow. I have got a How'd You Do That with Sherry Lynn Cook from the studio. And we are talking about a lot of her paint jobs, including Balulith, where she gives you her opinion on whether it should be nose or no nose. So tune in for that. She also talks a lot about painting the dragon and what that experience was like and what people may be in for if you did decide to get a dragon to paint. So that'll be dropping tomorrow morning. It was an amazing interview, and I don't say that because I was amazing. I was a hack, but she was awesome. I learned a lot from it. I think that anybody who watches it will learn a lot. If you're not into painting, if you're just backing the dragon or you're thinking about backing the dragon, I encourage you to watch it because you're going to learn quite a bit from Sherry. Listen to her in that interview. So so check that out, and you'll get to find out knows or no knows. We don't knows. That's I think that's it, guys. So we're gonna put you backstage. If you've got to run, we understand. We know it's been a long weekend. What, Jesse? What?
Well, everybody keeps forgetting to ask me what I'm doing next.
Well, I figured we would do that once they got off screen, but that's fine. What you got, Jesse?
Well, I mean, they get to be here. I wanted to bring this up.
Yeah.
Because things are well underway for this. Folks, go right now to Source Horseman, click on this, and go to Store Horseman and back the freaking dragon.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
I want to bring this part up. The fiery set fully funded. It's getting close to the 1250 goal. Every day this gets updated. We have unlocked Beathir and Sir Benegar. Let's keep those numbers going up so we can unlock all these things. And the full the Epic Wing set is so close. It is right there. So go check this out. There's a ton of content about this. There's the Birth of the Dragon video. Jeremy and some folks from the studio have been doing rounds on all the shows promoting this. It's an amazing figure. You just go right here. I know you can do the shop pay and do it like the pay in fours and all that stuff. So go support. If it is a financial viable thing for you to do. Like I know it's not going to be something everybody can do. We're not trying to like pressure you into spending money you don't have. If you can and you want it, do it. Got a couple weeks left, and don't
miss out on the greatest action figure ever made.
Right.
There you go. All right, now can I put him backstage?
Yeah.
Okay. Folks, we're gonna put you backstage. If you've got to run, that's totally understandable. If not, hang out and we will talk to you in just a second. But we're gonna close out the show here. So hopefully we see you in just a second. Boop, 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 boop. And then it's the two of us. So it was a beautiful weekend. Kind of sad to see it be gone because now I got to make it to Legion's Con. It was a happy weekend, but now I'm kind of sad. I kind of feel like
I've never seen footage of me like I am now even more self-conscious.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. I loved hanging out with everybody. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it. Got a little teaser. Throw out a little teaser real quick. Probably shouldn't even do this. It's way early, but I'm going to do it anyways because it's just something I'm super excited for. There's some folks that typically have shows Saturday, Sunday, kind of teaming up. And in the last day of the Dragon campaign, we are going to be doing a 24-hour telethon for the Dragon. So we are starting at 11 o'clock on the Saturday night, the 5th. We're going to go to 11 o'clock the next day on Sunday. 24 hours. We're going to be talking dragon coverage, our favorite dragons ever. We're going to do dragon trivia. We're going to be talking about the paint job. We're going to be talking about everything. We're going to get updates from Jeremy. I think CB is going to join in. I think Trevor's going to pop in at some point. It's going to be across multiple channels. So stay tuned. More coming on that. But That last day is going to be exciting, and you will have 24 hours of coverage. So just want to make sure you guys know that. It's going to be fun. We'll even get an old school telephone with the cord, and we'll have somebody answering the phones. So,
and just to be clear, folks, the telethon will not be anything that we're taking actual direct calls and money for. You can super chat the channels that have the super chats all you want, but like, this isn't supporting.
What you
Yep,
said.
words. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
It's going to be fun.
Do we have a show next week?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, we have a show. I don't know who the guest is yet, but we do have a show next week.
Okay. So until next time.
I thought we'd go with the Curtis thing. You know, is he going to have a guest?
I don't know. So until next time.
It's on your shelf.